This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael.
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
That worked! All right, so, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. You did just make it in time for morning.
Yes, I did. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the No Lives Matter, or we're going to talk about, which one we going to talk about? You don't remember?
I don't remember what the words were.
What was it about?
Selling out.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
It came to me. Camera one, thank you for the reminder.
So, we talked about this because I thought about it. Would you sell out? Or should we define what selling out is?
Yeah, I think we should define. Just go to the Webster Merriam Dictionary. Merriam-Webster Dictionary.
Okay.
So the selling out thing, that tends to be of a certain community that I'm not a part of. I don't know if you can sell out as a white person.
Okay.
It seems to be very specific. So maybe you could define it for me.
You're terrible. Yes, sir. Okay, in our community, selling out is basically like not really going against the community, but doing things that would be generally frowned upon by our community.
Could you give me an example?
I can't think of a good example. Not that I ever have any good examples, but I guess one way, I don't know if this would be defined as selling out, but I think it's more so becoming more corporate. Or like, okay, say for example, when Nelly first came out, he was rapping.
With the Band-Aid.
Yeah, with his Band-Aid.
I knew all the words.
Even the N-words?
I knew where they were.
Okay.
I knew where to silence myself.
But, and then when he started doing kind of more country.
Which, I mean, let's be honest. That's been the bigger part of his career.
Yeah.
Which is
first
unfortunate.
album, but yeah.
His first album was very good.
Yeah, went diamond. You know what diamond is?
Do you know what I thought you said?
What?
I thought you said One Diamond.
Oh,
and I thought
Diamond.
Was that the name of the album?
No, Went Diamond.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, at least 10 million copies sold. And that was when you actually had an actual physical disc.
I had it.
Yeah, I did too.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
I knew all the words. Every once in a while when one of them comes on, I'm like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, it was the shit. It was a good album. But, and again, that's probably a terrible example of selling out. But it's when you kind of become, I guess musically it would be more so.
Well, he still raps.
Yeah.
He raps in the country song, though.
But it's more of a country style. And again, that example is not the best one, but I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head.
Is he the first one to do it?
To cross over?
Specifically rap to country.
I think so.
I think he was the first one. Hootie.
Who?
Or was he a Blowfish? Hootie and the Blowfish?
Well, I thought are they rock and roll or country?
Well, Hootie. Is it Hootie? It may not be Hootie.
The leader?
Darius Rucker, I think is his real name.
I don't know which one's Hootie and which ones are the Blowfish. I just know it's a group.
I don't know if he was Hootie or if he was one of the Blowfish, but okay. Darius, I believe, is his actual name, Rucker.
Okay.
And I believe he is the first black country artist.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong, but like country singer.
Maybe. I don't know.
I used to love Hootie and the Blowfish.
I don't know any of their music.
He has a great voice.
Okay.
Fair enough. I feel like the audience are like screaming at the.
I don't know nothing about no.
And I'm going. Sorry. I got my snacks.
No, I guess my question is.
But is that selling out though? Did Nelly sell out?
No, he didn't really sell out. I can't think of a great example. It's just more so when you have a core fan base. At least for pop culture, it's when you have a core fan base that knows you for one thing, and to really get the bag, you cross over and make other styles of music.
I think I have a wide example.
Okay.
camera one.
You mean like Kid Rock?
We don't know her. We don't know she.
Okay. Who is your Caucasian example?
Gwen Stefani. She was in No Doubt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And a lot of the No Doubt fans, when she did her own projects, like the Banana Song.
The Banana Song.
Bananas.
Oh, yeah.
The worst song that's ever been made. Sorry, Gwenny. It was awful. God awful.
Okay.
A lot of her No Doubt fans were like, we don't know her.
Okay.
We don't know her till she goes back to No Doubt.
Okay.
So would that be selling out?
I think so. But
Okay.
it may be more so in reverse of what you consider selling out. It is the reverse of what black people are when they sell out. Like she left her. I don't know if selling out is a race thing though. Would you say it's a race thing?
Gwenny is the only white example that I know of.
No, Kid Rock, but he did it twice. Didn't he start off as a country singer, rock and roll, and then he did like rock rap?
He's always done rock rap.
Not no more. Now he's the opposite.
Now he's an idiot.
Well, yeah, that too.
Now, well, let me rephrase. Camera one. He was always an idiot. Okay. We just now know he's an idiot.
Right.
It was disguised because there was no social media where people could say dumb shit,
right,
and show you how dumb they are.
And his music was better too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. for sure. Yeah. Well, maybe it's not a black thing. I just never really hear anybody talk about it, other than that. No Doubt just popped in my head.
Okay. Well, would you sell out?
It depends on what it would be. Because I don't know if you can really, like, okay, we'll take Gwen.
Okay.
So she was in No Doubt, alternative, punk rock kind of ska mixture.
I still don't know what ska is to this day.
I'm not 100% on it either. I think people just say that because so they seem a little cool and edgy.
Hipster shit.
Yeah, pretty much. But, it sort of had that, like, grunge feel to it. Into this very, like, put together pop star, essentially, with a little edge to it.
Okay.
My thing with music is always, why wouldn't you want to explore?
Well, musically, I don't think that's selling out, but that was just the best example I could think of. Because it's kind of like how Nicki's fans got mad at her because she went from like strictly rapping for the most part to more so a pop star. But I think with more success, your music broadens up anyway. Because when you reach certain levels of success, at least for music, or even just, I guess, entertainment in general, your audience gets bigger. So maybe it's not really selling out, but it's more so you just broaden your spectrum of what you give to your fans. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, I think with Nicki was, correct me if I'm wrong, rap historian. Nicki was the first female rapper that could rap, but also had a pretty decent singing voice.
From my memory, yeah, for the most part, because Lil' Kim didn't sing, Foxy Brown didn't sing,
right?
Eve didn't really sing, yeah. So for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So to me, she was almost separating herself from the others. Like, I can also do this thing.
It's like how Drake can rap and sing and act.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Aubrey Graham.
Your heart be still.
Well, I loved him in Degrassi, but I will say I think he's done very well. I think he's made some good life choices, in my opinion, just me. But I mean, I would not have, if somebody would have told me what his life was like now when I saw him on Degrassi, I would have been like,
nah, they bullshit.
You think so?
I don't see it.
I don't see that trajectory for him. I think he's going to stick with being an actor.
Well, I think that his trajectory ended up just about right.
Oh,
just fine.
For sure. He's just fine. He's doing just fine. But I guess with Nicki, I don't know. See, the whole selling out thing, who cares?
I mean, it might fuck with you on the inside, though. Like Dave Chappelle. Okay, good example. Well, he didn't really sell out. But You remember when he had Chappelle show and he just disappeared off the face of the earth?
Yeah, you know why, right?
Yeah. He's talked about it. He said that he got to a certain point where he felt like the people I can't remember exactly who they is, but
producers.
He felt like they were laughing at him instead of with him at a certain point. Mm-hmm. And so he kind of was like, I'm done with this shit. Left $50 million on the table, came back better than ever, got all that $50 million plus some now. So who gives a fuck? But, and I'm not saying that will be selling out, but maybe people get that feeling, not that specific, like not that exact same feeling, but a feeling of this don't feel right. I don't want it. I don't care what the bag looks like. Could that be more of a way to phrase it instead of selling out?
My question is Key and Peele.
Okay. They just stole his whole damn show and put their name on it.
Well, I mean,
it's a good show, but it ain't It ain't Chappelle's show.
Well, but apparently they're doing the stuff that he was like, I'm not doing that. So like part of me is like,
are they selling out?
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. But I guess that in some people's views, it might be considered selling out because you took what he was making and then like you said, certain things he didn't feel comfortable doing. Like, these people are not laughing with me. They're basically like laughing at me. And y'all took my whole format of a show and start doing the shit that I didn't even want to do.
Yeah.
So I guess that could be selling out. But if they feel comfortable with it, then maybe to them it's not selling out.
Well, going back to the Nicki example.
Right.
It's sort of like I think we've talked about this before. The idea, if Nicki would not have done what she did, these new girls, we might have one of them.
Yeah.
But because of Nicki and what she did,
right,
we now have a ton.
Yeah.
If you don't like the first 5, there's 5 more.
Right. You have
to
more
listen
choose
to.
From. Yeah.
That's never. Correct me if I'm wrong, Camera One rap historian. That's never happened.
No, the most it's ever been is probably 2.
2, which was Lil' Kim and Trina.
No, Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown. Well, no, definitely not.
Foxy Brown was in jail.
That was later. I'm talking about in the beginning. In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." No,
I think Foxy Brown in the height of the female raptresses, it was Trina and Lil' Kim, and Foxy Brown was in jail.
Oh, at that point, yeah. But I'm saying Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown came out roughly around, not the exact same time, but in that era. Then, yeah, Trina had a nice run. Yeah. Eve had a nice run. But they were never really simultaneous for the most part. Because for the most part, it was, because even further back than that, it was, if you think about it.
Light and Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. Trying to think of big Lauryn Hill, but she was in a group and she only did one album.
Is that not, okay, can we just...
Yeah, that's a travesty.
Can we just have a moment of silence?
You say I can't be on time. Her ass can't be on time for nothing.
Let me tell you, how someone that created that album,
that musical genius,
was so amazing.
Yeah, and just was like, I don't need to do another one. I'm just gonna give y'all one.
And then was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
What?
Album's a classic.
I guess she was like,
made another one.
Well, I'm fucked. Can't get any better than that.
Some part of me thinks that, though. Maybe she was like, damn, this shit's so good. I can't make another one of these.
Maybe she thought anything after this will taint it. But I'm like, could you be in a movie?
Well, they said she can't be on time for shit. Maybe she can't be on time for the studio.
But isn't that so sad? Mm. To be that talented.
And only put one album out. That's what they say about Andre 3000. People want him to do, besides Speaker Box and Love Below, the double disc, the Hey Ya album.
Oh, uh-huh.
That people have said Andre 3000 should put out, you didn't know what the hell I was talking about until I said the Hey Ya, did you?
Thanks.
I got you. But no, people have talked about he should put out an album of his own. Like just, because Big Boy still puts out solo albums.
Don't they? I thought they both put out, I think on the album they had singles.
No, that double disc, that it was technically this one is my album, this one is yours, but we package it's put together.
But they do. I thought they did. Okay, maybe you can help me. Let me tell you what I thought was happening, and then you fix it. I thought that they made songs together and songs separately, and that became the album. So like,
No, I might be wrong too, but I think they went off basically like, I'm going to go record an album, you will go record an album. Obviously, we'll be featured on each other's, but for the most part, this is my vision of what an album would look like, and this is my vision of what my album would look like. We're going to package it together as a double disc.
okay.
And then...
I think we just said the same thing.
Just in a different way?
Just two different ways.
Oh, okay, but I think the difference is you said they went and made like some songs.
Together.
Yeah.
Some of the songs are them together. Some of them are them by themselves.
Yeah, but
and it becomes an album.
No, but the majority of that particular double disc, this is my album, this is your album.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna let you get on one or two songs, and we're just gonna put it in one package. I guess that would be the difference.
But it seems like they only release the songs together.
Well, they were probably the better songs. I mean, both albums are dope, but you can tell there's a distinct difference between Speaker Box and Love Below.
Okay.
Speaker Box is Andre 3000. Big Boy's album, technically his solo album, and Love Below is Andre 3000. Okay. But if you notice, there's a big difference not a big difference, like they sound like fire and ice, but you can tell one is Andre 3000's his style, and Big Boy's is more his style.
Okay.
But either way, the album went diamond. It's a classic album. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I still ain't found it.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Lauryn Hill needs to... she can't be on time for shit, though. So that might be why she ended up putting it on.
But that's so weird to me. Like...
What's that?
Like, she's so famous for this one album. It was a great album.
Yeah.
But I'm like... Is that the way to do it? Like, release one album so years later people are like... Think we could get another album from her?
No, she ain't putting it up.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still talking about it.
We're still talking about Dr. Dre's Detox, which is never coming out. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Detox is supposed to be Dr. Dre's last album after Chronic 2000. And it's just had been rumored over and over and over and over and over. And it's, you remember that one song that came out with him and Eminem? It was, I Need a Doctor, some shit like that. It had the girl singing on it. It's a girl singing it. It's much higher pitch, but my voice ain't that high. So.
Okay. No.
Okay, that was supposed to lead up to the album. It was a bunch of times he's supposed to lead up to an album, but he never actually put out. Oh, I ain't know that. He's never actually put out the album. So Detox is one of those kind of like in the same vein as Lauryn Hill. Like, could we get that album? But
I guess it's not happening.
No, Detox ain't never coming up. People have said over and over. I wrote on Detox. I got a song on Detox over and over. Well, Detox has never materialized, so you don't have nothing on nothing. You have a dream, $1 in a dream. That's about it.
I'd be a little mad.
Would you? If you got paid for it, who gives a shit?
But because nobody. Here's the thing, though. Like, let's say it was you write on the album, and every time that song is downloaded on iTunes,
right,
you get a penny.
Yeah, you get royalties. Yeah,
I want my pennies.
I mean, that's if you have royalties on the song, though. If you just wrote it and got paid, say $40,000, here's your song.
Oh,
written.
then yeah, I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I guess it depends on how the books are cooked, but teach his own. Not cooked, but you know what I'm saying.
That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Cooking the books is illegal.
Getting money is not.
I don't know. The selling out thing is hard. Because, like...
Okay, let's use a different word. What would you do? Would you do something uncomfortable for the right amount of money?
I need an example, though.
I'll use a stereotypical one that they use for black men. Would you wear a dress on a TV show, or would you wear a dress just to get... because they're paying you to? That probably don't count for you, but...
It's a dress. Who cares?
Well, we see it as, but I think it's
you can speak for the community.
I'm gonna try. It's very emasculating for a man to have to wear a dress for a check. I don't know if I agree or disagree. Depending on the size of the check, I might put the dress on. I'm just being honest.
Well,
I'm not putting the dress on for $50.
Here's the problem with this conversation about the dress.
Okay.
I've already addressed the fact that clothing is made up.
Right.
What kind of clothing is what kind of person's clothing? It's totally made up.
Fair enough.
So that's my issue with that statement.
But I think it's seen as oppressive. I don't think it's necessarily because it's a dress. I think the thought of selling out. And again, this may not have been the best.
Mel
example.
Gibson wore a dress.
He wore a kilt.
I believe I said it was a mini.
But that's culturally
a mini skirt.
For Scottish culture. That's culturally a masculine piece of clothing.
It's still a mini skirt.
Well, I know.
I'm just saying, it's still a mini skirt. He wore a dress.
Okay.
And got paid. And
okay.
that movie comes
I'm gonna
on
try to use
9
an
times a year.
extreme example. Would you speak against your community for the right amount of money? Even if you didn't actually feel that way. Thinking about it now, see, I got you.
I think it depends on what I have to say.
Well, I can't think of any PC examples of what.
Like if I have to say the work of the devil.
Okay.
I might say it.
For real?
Yeah.
So you'll sell out.
Because that's funny.
But what about all the backlash and the death threats and all the other shit you might get for it?
Kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, well, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to die, but.
So in a nutshell, you will do. Excuse me. So you will do something you don't believe in for the right amount of money, even if it's detrimental to you.
Are we getting into the beliefs conversation?
Here's
why.
Okay.
As long as I'm not killing anyone.
Well, yeah.
Who cares?
But it goes against your
Ultimately.
beliefs. Could you live with yourself after the fact?
I'd probably be okay.
You could look at yourself in the mirror.
I think I probably could.
You'd be like, my mirror still works.
Yeah. I could get a new mirror.
One that makes you feel nice.
One of those from Target that makes you look skinnier.
You terrible. But would you do it for, is there a certain amount you'd have to do it for?
Probably not.
You sell out for $50.
Sure.
Then it ain't selling out.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But the other thing is, though,
there's nothing that I'm like, oh my gosh,
Okay.
I would die for this cause.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Here's the thing. I do think that we should have equal rights in this country.
Okay.
Please don't misunderstand that. Camera 1.
You can talk to camera 2 sometimes.
Camera 2. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Who gets elected president? I'm still queer.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's in Congress? Okay. I'm still gay. You know what I mean? Like, I will vote,
Right.
and I vote every time, you know, for the party that might give us a little crumbs. The other one wants us to die. So, you know,
Right.
it's not a hard decision for me. Death or some crumbs. I'll take the crumbs. But who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the wrong attitude to have. Sorry, camera 1. But it's like, I'm still going to be gay.
Right.
Whoever's president, you're still black. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. I guess there's certain things, and I can't think of anything specific before you ask, well, what wouldn't you sell out for? But I think I would sell out for most things.
I mean, if somebody was like, I'll give you $100 if you just walk into this place with a mini skirt on. Who cares?
But I'm talking about when
you're like, no.
No, I ain't walking in there with no skirt on.
But you know what I'm saying? If somebody said, I will give you $100 right now, all you have to do is put this skirt on, walk in the door, walk right back out. That's all you have to do.
But I'm talking about once you get to a certain status. I'm not talking about us now as Joe Blow.
Who cares? It's like, who was that had that lingerie on?
I don't know.
They were getting blackmailed because they had on women's lingerie. Who cares? It was like a boxer or something.
Really? What are you on, some boy shorts?
No, it was like lingerie. It was that complicated shit with straps and stuff.
What the hell did he have it on for? Just because?
I don't know. Somebody took a picture of it.
That's
His girlfriend or something.
He's into it, or
who cares?
I'm just wondering that you brought it up. Like, obviously, I don't give a shit.
Oh no, I meant sorry. Even if he dressed like that every night, who cares?
Oh, that's true.
You're at your home in lingerie. Who cares?
Well, nobody's supposed to see it if you're at home. Minding your business.
Why do we care? Why do we care? I'm nosy. I wanted to see the picture.
Right.
He looked great.
Did he?
I don't know what his name is, but he looked great.
He ain't looked that great.
Well, it was long. It was like 10 years ago.
Oh.
You know, my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar De La Hoya? Was it Oscar De La Hoya?
Oh, that's the guy who's supposedly like
Boxer.
transgender people, right? Wait, let me retract that. That might not be him. I'm gonna look that up.
He was a boxer.
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya was a boxer.
He's a boxer.
He's Spanish, right? Oscar De La Hoya is, but I'm talking about the one.
Sorry, are you saying De La Hoya? Are you asking me if De La Hoya is Spanish?
No, I'm talking about the person in the picture was Spanish. Hispanic, excuse me. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look that up. I think
it was him.
I think that was him that got accused of that.
And let me tell you, when the picture came, so this person was blackmailing him.
Okay.
And so then they called the blackmailer out. And so the blackmailer released the picture. And you know what? Nobody cared.
Oh, you can't blackmail me.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Like, he was going to pay this person money to keep this picture secret. Nobody cares.
No, because it only takes a week.
If you're out there and you're being blackmailed, nobody cares.
No, we don't. Nobody can blackmail me because, for one, I don't care that much.
Who cares?
And for two, what I've done, most people know. So there ain't really nothing to blackmail me with.
But I think we're also in a different time.
What you mean?
Well, like in the 90s.
Oh, it was a big deal, but that's because you couldn't get to it on Google. You couldn't type it in and find it.
This girl that I watch on YouTube is trans.
Okay.
And she came out last year.
Okay.
As trans, because this person was like blackmailing her.
Is that girl that
does the makeup?
Oh, no, I'm talking about another who's on Instagram and like male celebrities were following her and she didn't tell people she was trans. And somebody outed her. And then like she just deleted her Instagram, but she had like millions of followers.
See, I don't understand that.
What?
Like, why delete it? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well, the millions of people following her seem to care.
If you're out there and you're sitting at your house right now and you're listening to this and you're debating over something or you're like, you know, maybe I should go for a run or go to the gym or I should really go to this party or whatever.
Right.
Nobody cares. Just go. Nobody cares.
Are you angry?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you care?
I feel like I care that people think people care.
Ah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's sort of like this whole selling out thing. Girl, they'll get over it.
Plus, you're typically doing it for a bigger bag. So.
Nicki Minaj, all those people that were like, why are you singing? Guess what they're doing? They're buying her stuff or they're watching her videos on YouTube. Turns out, didn't matter.
Yeah. It reached.
There is no female
audience.
rapper that has done what she's done.
Right.
Or anywhere near it.
That's true.
She's just fine.
All right, so I mean, I can't think of any examples of what I would not sell out for. But for the most part, I sell out. I let them buy me out. But the other thing people don't realize is to really sell out, you got to have somebody that wants to buy your product too.
True.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that.
True.
I ain't selling out. I ain't doing X, Y, Z. Well, you can't sell out to no customers.
Correct.
So if there's no demand for what you're supplying, you're not really selling out to shit.
Right.
So I think that's the other reason why I'd be okay with selling out is I don't have no customers to buy out.
But it's like, who cares? I'm trying to think of an example like Dave Chappelle. They were mad that he didn't go to the protest.
What protest?
The Black Lives Matter protest.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Or he went to the Oscars. They were mad that he didn't go to some protest, but he went to the Oscars.
Okay.
He tells a joke about it in one of the new
I think I've seen it, but be my guest and rehash it.
Anyway, he was like, Chris Rock called me and said, can you come to the Oscars? And I was like, yeah, that sounds more fun than this over here. And I went, go girl. I agree with you. Do your thing.
You don't think he should have protested instead? No.
Here's the thing. Somebody like Dave Chappelle, his comedy special, for him saying, like he tells the story in one of his comedy specials about a black male officer and a white female officer. I think it was LAPD.
Okay.
And she did a bunch of fucked up shit. And he reported her. And
the black guy reported? Yeah. Okay.
It was like racist stuff.
Okay.
He reported her. They didn't do anything. And so...
Well, he quit?
He did something. Like he shot her or something.
Damn!
So she couldn't kill anybody else.
Okay.
You know, like she was doing bad stuff. And they 300 police officers swarmed his place because he shot a cop, his coworker. Nobody came. There were no 300 cops that came to arrest her for the shit she did that he had evidence of and everything. Like him telling that story in his comedy special, I was like, that's a lot more powerful than seeing him stand in the street going, we're here together.
Because he's going to do his own, not
let people protest in their own way.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a protest, but he's at the same time, he is shining light on the same issue, just in using his platform. I hate to sound cliche,
correct, but that's it.
Yeah, he used his platform responsibly.
There you go.
Okay, I can dig that.
Don't quote me on that story, but it was a really good one.
Camera 2? I don't know which camera's which, but
my camera is camera 1. None of the other cameras matter.
Oh, Lord, none of the other cameras matter? Okay, so I do got a question for you. Now that you said this, Lord, I don't really want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. Do you think we have got to the point where we have oversaturated our country with protesting to the point where it's almost like no lives matter? Not literally, I'm just...
What a chant. No lives matter. I think the problem is... Problem's the wrong word. I think what happens is when you start to go, I'm not a full citizen. Did anybody else realize that I'm not a full citizen?
Right.
You start realizing, did you know that you're not a full citizen either?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, there's a whole lot of us that are not full citizens. Okay. Why is that? Do you get what I'm saying? I think it's one of those things where once something's uncovered, the people that did the uncovering and they're doing the educating, you're like, but wait, that applies to my group too. We're having that same experience.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think the domino effect, now we're having all these protests, but literally all we're saying is, can we all be full citizens?
Okay, the reason why I say that, maybe I'm not phrasing this no lives matter the right way. But what I'm saying is, I guess it's like, okay, for example, we start black.
If all lives matter, then no lives matter?
No, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is, you gonna fuck around, get me fucked up. What I'm basically saying in a nutshell is, we had Black Lives Matter, right? Legitimate thing. Then you had, I don't know what the rest of them are, because no offense, that's the one that applies to me. So, but
I think it's the only Lives Matter one.
You said what?
I think Black Lives Matter is the only one that something lives matter.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. But I
don't think any of the rest are blue lives.
Yeah, but I mean, the essence of the other ones mean the same thing, but for their community.
We matter too.
Yeah, basically. And so then you had Blue Lives Matter in response to, quote unquote, the Black Lives Matter, as if the Black Lives Matter was something evil, which it wasn't. And it's not to this day.
And that some of the blue lives weren't black.
Yeah. There's some black cops too.
Good call out there, idiot.
And then the idiots, aka the Blue Lives Matter, are protesting Black Lives Matter, but they're the ones that they're the cause of why Black Lives Matter exists. Not 100%, but most of what that is about is police officers killing unarmed black and brown people. So how do you protest somebody that's protesting what you've done. Yeah, I know they're actually doing it. But I guess what I'm saying is like that. Then you have Pride, or you have trans, you have the Asian Lives Matter. I know not every one of them is called This Community Matters, but the essence of what
I think it was Stop Asian Hate.
That's what I said. I don't know all
Asian American
the
hate?
hashtags and taglines. What I'm saying is, have we
And we made fun of this woman for getting beat up.
But
really, I was making fun of you because you were like, I was like, oh, is it because she's Asian? You were like, I don't really know. And I went, just broadcasting the news here on the Nosey Place.
I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, have we overlapped so much protesting that it's not having the same effect it once did? I don't have the answer. I'm just asking.
Did it have an effect?
I think some of it. But it's almost like we got a bucket of Kool-Aid, a bucket of water and Kool-Aid, but we haven't put the sugar in yet, right? And we went, Black Lives Matter. That tastes pretty good. Mm-hmm. You know, black folks Kool-Aid real sweet, so it probably tastes really good.
2 cups of sugar. It's the same as Southern sweet tea.
Fair enough. That's banging too. So then we go, Blue Lives Matter. That's another cup of sugar. Starting to make the Kool-Aid taste a little weird. Then we went the next whatever hashtag or tagline. Then we added another one and another.
But I think
is
I
it
see
still
what you're
Kool-Aid,
saying.
or we just have a big ass bucket of sugar and it's not getting the job done?
Water flavored sugar.
Yeah,
water flavored sugar.
I know it's probably the stupidest.
No. I think it's a good example, but I think what you're getting at makes sense. We're trying to go in so many different directions, but what you're also saying is we're all going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So I guess as long as all 900 protests are going in the same direction,
right,
it's okay. But if it was like, gotta fix my hair. If it was, if one person is going this way with their protest and the other's going the opposite way, one of those is going to win out because they're going in opposite direction.
But I do understand that we can walk and chew gum at the same time. So I'm not saying you can't advocate for more than one thing. Because I'm not delusional.
It's okay.
Shut up. But what I'm saying, like I said with the Kool-Aid analogy, like some of those are the antithesis of each other. Technically, Blue Lives Matter is the opposite of Black Lives Matter. Technically.
I think what they were talking about was, correct me if I'm wrong, camera one. Send us an email anytime.
We're here. We got smartphones.
But my understanding of the Blue Lives Matter specifically was the answer to Black Lives Matter is yes, they do. But it doesn't mean you should randomly shoot police officers as well.
But police officers were not randomly getting shot.
They were. There was a few. Not as much.
Like
not
4?
As many. Well, I think because it happened and people were like, oh God, is this just going to be a back and forth? No. We don't want a back and forth. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people were like, great, Black Lives Matter, let's do that. But then this event happened where a few police officers got shot. I don't remember exactly where it was. Sorry, camera one.
I'm sure the ratio to the Black Lives Matter death was...
Oh, yeah. But I think people went, whoa. That's not what this movement's about. This movement's not about kill them before they kill us.
That's what it seemed like.
I don't think it was...
I'm just saying.
That was Michael that said that. Camera one. Camera two.
I'm just saying.
Just want to make sure that was seen and heard that Kirk's voice did not say that out loud.
Oh, them N-words go march and have a problem with police authority. We got something for their ass. Blue Lives Matter.
But it wasn't the police officers that were doing that. It was the Bumpkin Billies that were doing that.
Ah, okay. Okay, fair enough. Touche.
Because they're dumb.
So it was the white beater with the stain.
It was with the barbecue stain right here on the front. Because they're dumb.
Okay.
But I think people were like, wait a minute. The point of this movement is not kill them. The point of this movement is stop that. Stop doing that. Serve and protect is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But serve and protect means all of us, not just this one skin color over here.
Yeah, but that one skin color was taking the brunt of what the blue lives was doing.
No. I'm saying... what I meant was, No, don't finish my sentence.
I get
because
what
when you finish my sentence, it sounds awful.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just clarifying for somebody who's listening.
But what I mean is, like, I forgot what I said now. You done messed me up.
That's fine. My answer was right. But do you think do you think so many different movements have diluted the one? I mean, this probably sounds fucked up, but whatever. Do you think so many movements being out there have diluted the ones that maybe need more priority than others?
Which ones need more priority?
I don't know.
What's the priority list, Michael? Michael, camera one, camera two.
This one. I don't know. I'm not going to say
who's number one on the priority list.
For my priority list?
Tell me about it.
No, sir. I'm not political whatsoever.
I see what you mean. I think a lot of it is they're just like, look, clearly there's multiple groups.
Up, motherfucker. So we'll put that at the top of this, bro.
You said you heard it. He said priorities. I was just clarifying where was the priorities.
Okay.
What was number one on the priority list?
I'm gonna call this episode "No Lives Matter." I'm gonna get cussed out.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. It was
the delusion. What's the right word?
I didn't say delusion. Listen, stop finishing my sentences.
No, I'm not finishing. No, I was saying if we have so many, and I made the joke about the priority
deluded.
list. Yeah, there you go. I was like, what's the right word? He didn't let me hang. I didn't say that.
Anyway, I really thought you were going to say, I got a priority list.
I do. Camera one.
He got the wrong camera.
Camera two.
We see you, girl. What was I going to say?
Priority list. So many.
Diluted. I guess it could be diluted to a certain extent, but I think a lot of it is, look, there's clearly something
wrong
to this.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have multiple groups saying, can we be full citizens that matter?
Right.
Equally
right.
to the straight wasps?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That to me, it should propel it forward faster, if anything.
You think so?
Because there's so many groups saying the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you have so many, doesn't it clog the pipeline? And can it potentially clog the pipeline
again,
of progress?
Because I think the end goal is the same. I think in this situation, it doesn't matter. There was one. I don't know if I want to go into it.
We can talk about it.
I love Rose Mcgowan.
Who?
Rose Mcgowan.
Who's that?
She's an actress.
Okay.
She was on Charmed.
Nope.
She was Paige Matthews.
I know what Charmed is, but nope.
She was the sister that came later.
You're talking about the original, not the reboot.
Not the reboot.
Okay.
Which I think got canceled.
I know what you're talking about. I just haven't. I don't know which one is which.
The reboot was pretty good. But then they stopped it for some reason. I don't know why.
Probably wasn't that good. Continue.
Anyway. She got a little heat.
Okay.
Because gay people were like, we'd like to get married.
Okay.
You know, equal rights.
Y'all want them problems? Be my guest.
Equal citizenship. Just saying equal citizenship. And she goes, women are still paid less than men. We should start there.
See? That's how people really think, though.
But here's the thing, though. I love her. It's a perfect situation, though, because you're talking about two different things.
Okay.
You're talking about marriage equality.
Okay.
And you're talking about equal pay.
Which one's your priority?
Marriage equality.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a problem saying mine. Camera one.
Well,
here's the thing. It's also because there's a lot of fallacy in that pay differential. It's still a little.
We might talk about that one of these days.
One of these days, I haven't researched it enough, but I know there's a little.
Yeah, it's true, but it's some variables.
There's some truth, but there's some reasoning that makes complete logical sense and may or may not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we had to research, but we'll talk about that.
I don't know enough to delve into that today. But you're talking about marriage equality and pay. Those are not those are not the same set of laws. They're not even anywhere near each other. So to have those two protests, you're in a sense, you're diluting.
Right.
But when you're all saying we matter, you're all doing this. We're all, the goal is the same: equal citizenship, equal treatment of people. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not as diluted because everybody's going in the same direction. Whereas that example, we're talking about two completely different things at the same time. And I don't think she later clarified that that's not what she meant by what she said, which is fine. Written word,
that's what
whatever.
she meant.
I still love her.
She just got backlash and changed it.
I still love her. But because I think she's very smart, and I think she's a wonderful actor. Can't say actress anymore.
You can't?
I don't think so. Actor. Anyway.
See, that's the
well, American it's fine. Whatever.
Go ahead.
I don't. Who cares? Anyway, if I say actor, who cares?
Actress.
I will continue to say the raptresses.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh, you're not gonna be PC, huh?
But because it was two different things, it was spreading thin.
Yeah.
To sort of go along with what you're saying, if that makes any.
Yeah, because I mean. In my same question, I don't just mean protests that are about certain groups of people mattering. I just mean protesting across the board. Even if we got the NRA, they want to keep their guns. We got people not wanting to keep their guns. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Or it's lobbyists. It's have we over-protested ourselves as a country? And part of me thinks so. But part of me thinks no, because if you stop, you never get to a point of your goal. Eventually you get to it, you know what I mean?
When was the last protest you've been to?
I went to a Black Lives Matter.
Were you paid to be there?
Hell no.
Just checking.
No, I actually was there helping. It was downtown, my undisclosed location.
Was it the Juneteenth?
Yeah, but it was 2 years ago. It wasn't this one. It was last year, and I helped. I want to shout out the big homie, but I don't know if I can put his brand on here. But great barbecue restaurant.
Maybe not, just in case.
Yeah. But great barbecue restaurant. We was out there, and I was just helping, like, give out food and help. I didn't cook. He grilled. It's his barbecue business, but I helped, like, serve and stuff like that and make plates. And so, yeah, we didn't protest, but it was in celebration of Juneteenth as well as Black Lives Matter. So I wouldn't say it's a protest, but I mean, I guess, would that count?
Not really.
Oh, okay, fine. Then I've never been to a protest.
I haven't either.
Oh, you've been to celebrations.
Right.
Which is kind of what I was at.
Which, I mean, I will say, like, Pride started, I believe, as a protest. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure. Well, the idea of Pride was, in its inception,
right,
a protest, a happy protest. Like,
yeah, we're prideful.
Prideful protest. But
does it stand for anything? Is it an acronym? I don't know.
Oh, God. I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't know. That's why I'm just...
Not that anybody's ever said out loud.
I'm going to Google that when we get out of here. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It might be.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Fair enough. But yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I've never... Have I ever protested? And people listen now, you motherfucker, you ain't never even been to a goddamn protest, but you got plenty of shit to say.
We're protesting so much. How many have you been to? Well, none, but we're protesting so much I couldn't pick one.
You stupid. And then I worked a protest, but I
said that we were paid to be there.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't a participant in the protest. I was working the protest.
Because you didn't believe in it.
And once I heard what they had to say, I did. But you
didn't believe it.
Not initially, hell no. I can't say what I was protesting. No, I can't say what I was working.
Comment below your guesses.
Well, a couple people actually hit me. I was like, yo, I
see like the one that's right.
I see. No, so I was like, yo, is this you? They sent me, it was a video of me being gainfully employed at said event. I was like, yes, that's me. And say, oh, you was at the protest? I was like, no, I was gainfully employed at the protest. I was not a participant.
You're like, I don't believe in this shit. I only came because they paid me to be here.
Absolutely. Could have been laying in the bed that Saturday morning instead. I'm just saying, it paid great, though.
I don't know. I think the protest. I think now some of the issue is you can find information that says whatever you want it to.
Yeah,
say.
you can literally, if I wanted to, I could find something real ridiculous like I'm trying to think of something real extreme. I could Google, are gummy bears good for you? I find 1 million articles that gummy bears are good for you. And I can literally.
Are you going to show the brand name?
It don't matter. It's good as fuck. I don't even know how to. I think it's. Y'all ain't gonna say it, but if you want to see it, you can see it. It's banging. But you can literally look up an article for the opposite or to agree or disagree to literally anything. Everything. I can Google, are gummy bears good for you? And I can find 1 million articles of why they're good. I can literally go, are gummy bears bad for you? And find 1 million articles. How do you even cipher through which is the truth and which isn't at this point? Just like how do you distinguish or sort through all the protests and things that people are advocating for to find out maybe not even necessarily which one you want to believe in, but just.
Well, there's still people to this day that believe that the protesters for Black Lives Matter are the ones that were looting.
No, there are people that were getting paid to
even
do
though
that bullshit.
There's so much evidence and videotape evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, they were putting out like pallets of bricks and shit like that.
Pappy Boo Boo.
Yeah,
over here.
I don't know who was supplying this shit, but they would drop pallets of bricks and things to cause damage to property that the Black Lives protesters were not actually utilizing. Those are people paid to make them look bad.
There are still people
that think that they were doing that shit.
That never saw that.
Genuine Black Lives protesters were not burning down buildings and things like that.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what I know we don't have a definitive answer at this point, but it just seems as though they're overlapping to the point where we might be missing the point on some of these protests and things that people are advocating for. No? I might be wrong.
Maybe. I think it says more that the protests have been going on for so long and nothing's changed.
Yeah, that too.
I think that speaks a little more volume.
So you think we should prioritize one or two, focus on those real hard till we get that, and then shift to the next one? Or we all gonna run this race
but
together?
You're talking about people that in one way or another is not treated as an equal citizen in a country that's all about land of the free, home of the brave.
Right. But that's the idea of what America's supposed to be.
But even I can't change Pappy's mind.
Right.
But that law that prevents me from being an equal citizen shouldn't be there. That can go away. Yeah. I can't change Pappy's mind.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, if you hate somebody, you're gonna hate them regardless.
Pappy will die eventually.
He'll fall off one day.
Right. But that law, why that doesn't have to be that one law is not holding our country together. That can go. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's the difference. Like, if you're trying to change somebody's mind, girl, find somebody else.
Right. But you could change the Constitution, constitutional things that enforce what's fucked up. Not necessarily enforce, but permit what's fucked up.
Right.
Okay.
But it's like the whole defund the police or whatever. It's not literally make the police go away. It's no. The system that's there, start a new system.
I thought I might be wrong. The way I understand defund the police, it's not, like you said, it's not strip away their power, let them just basically walk around with slingshots and bats and they're going to police our communities. From what I understand, it's more so divert some of the spending that is funneled into the police force or whatever you call it. And I think it's to divert some of it into the communities that they police to make those communities better so that they don't require as much policing, or that last part might be wrong. I just know it's basically like some of these police stations, whatever, police communities have so much money funneled into them that's a little bit ridiculous. And they got like that. See, I'm not 100% sure exactly. I've heard the answer, and the answer I heard, it was last year sometime, made so much sense. I can't regurgitate it because it's been almost a year since I heard
okay, maybe this will help. Mm-hmm. My understanding was talking to different people in the police world. almost every police officer is like,
they say they get underpaid.
we're underpaid and most importantly, undertrained.
Yeah.
So if there needs to be more pay and more training.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the defund the police was coming from. Like, what are y'all spending money on?
Yeah.
You get this big pot of money. They're underpaid and undertrained. So where's the money going?
Right.
That was what defund
it's
the
like
police
being distributed. It's perceived to be distributed incorrectly or or basically like where, like you said, where's this extra money? Where's all this money running off to?
Right.
Let's make sure it's going to the right places so we get more bang for our buck, for lack of better words.
Right.
Okay. All right. You think we're good?
That's pretty good.
It was good. I didn't know how that was going to go.
You never know. Well, we've got an Instagram.
Yes, we do, sir.
But most importantly, we have an email. We've not gotten any emails.
Nobody
Since the first email. Thank you for that first email, though. If you have any questions, let us know. We'd happily answer them.
They're like, nah, we ain't that nosy.
Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com.
There you go.
Nosey with good intentions on the Instagram.
Yes, indeed.
Nosey good on Twitter.
I hate you.
Nosey with good intentions on the TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Michael's thirst traps on the TikTok.
No thirst trap. It's very standard pictures.
What else do we have?
We have a sister pod.
So we have a sister podcast. Our little sisters. Apparently we're big brothers. Kurt. Thanks.
Lord.
What is it? Petty with good intentions?
Yes, indeed.
It is Bridget and Ash. Okay. And they are essentially listening to our mess.
Yes.
And then responding in the female voice.
Yes. You finally get a female perspective of the nonsense that we spew.
I think they're going to agree with us. I'm calling it now. I haven't heard any of it. I haven't seen any of it. I think I'm going to be pretty close.
It's terrible. Well, ours comes out obviously every Tuesday night around 11:45-ish.
Except for this past week, got a little surprise drop.
Yeah, it came out a little early.
Beyonce drop on that one.
But I think theirs will be coming out Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That
Give
way,
people a day or two.
Yeah. So it should be coming out Fridays. You should wake up to it on Friday.
And if we never mention it again, it means they quit.
Yes, that's true. I'm sure they'll be consistent. We just
if not, it'll be a fun thing that pops up every once in a while. You'll get a new episode.
All right, close us out, sir. Oh, that's my line. Thank you for listening to our nosy nonsense.
See you next time.